with this stuff? It's horrifying.
Why did she see so many dead bodies?
Oh god, we're back to the satanic panic of the early 90s.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
People are still in prison for that. Ugh.
Oh, that's crazy, actually. Sucks for them.
Yeah. Well, they should have made better life choices. And not what you're saying.
I've changed my infusions, by the way. I've kept my sending stone and my homunculus in my bag of holding, but then, given the fact that we leveled,
Okay.
I have given myself +2 bonus to hit on myself, so I'm hitting for +10, minimum 8 damage, maximum 15.
Nice.
I have 20 AC still. I love min-maxing.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna subtract 2 more from my charisma. Just make it spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't wait for next level where I can craft magic items a quarter of the time and half as much gold. That's so cool. I can't wait to do that with my 0 area to do that. Thank you for giving me a fucking bad ability. Not Games Workshop. Sorry, should have had it.
Force of habit, yeah.
Did you see what they put out there, like condemning stuff in Russia and Ukraine, and everyone's like, "But you still sell stuff in China." It's like, well, we're just gonna ignore that. It's like, I don't think we can.
You really just want us to not sell things in one of the economic strong points? Like, yes.
You guys are British. Come on.
Yeah, come on. I know that you've got that weird sort of like, hey, we both kind of were terrible people originally, like the history, so we're
You
friends,
stop
right?
selling stuff to China, or you stop putting beans on toast. Make a choice. One atrocity at a time.
Are you guys ready to...
Yes.
My apologies for being late and sleeping. And... Okay.
Don't let sleep happen again.
Yeah.
Sleep is for the weak.
True.
It's the weak.
But... So, you ended your day in the fens after running into some centaurs, and they weren't polite, but they didn't kill you. And I believe we just went to I don't think we went to sleep, but you guys were walking in a direction, right?
Yes. Yeah, I was like, hey, which way is north? And then I started walking that way because we were told where we were supposed to go, and I'm attempting to navigate.
Yeah, it's you spawn in these places at about the center, and they're like a 60-mile radius. No, 60-mile diameter, my apologies. So you could theoretically walk in one direction and then eventually go to a new zone. The problem is that's not recommended because you don't know where you're going, and then you haven't slept since the last time you came somewhere. So you could just walk into some whack shit having not slept. But you can, if you continue to wander through here.
How often do we respawn in a different place?
Whenever you go to sleep, or take a long rest.
Thank God I don't sleep.
Yeah.
That might be problematic for you.
I'm gonna lose my friends.
I just kind of look over the 2 animals and glare at them, waiting for them to die. Any day, any minute now. I guess we just keep on moving until we start feeling bad, and then we stop.
So did we take a short rest, or did we take a long rest just now?
Did we take any rest?
I don't think we rested, we just kept walking.
Cool. So then I guess we just keep walking.
Okay.
Are we away from the centaurs?
Yes, they left you, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my scimitar just to see if anything happens, like it decides to start lighting the way or something.
You take it out, and it does shimmer a bit in the Feywild Eternal Sunset, but it's not. What's that? The sword that Bilbo Baggins has that glows when there's danger nearby.
Needle.
Or something. Yeah, there you go, needle. Yeah.
Oh, sting.
Is it needle?
It's Sting. Needles.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure it's sting.
Needles in Game of Thrones.
Yes, Elven short sword, mating Gondolin during the first age, blah blah blah. Discovered sting, yeah, okay. Bilbo Baggins.
Did you just
yes.
fucking Google that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Lord of the Rings. If people hear that, we're gonna get fucking bullied.
Okay.
Guess who owns Lord of the Rings? Games Workshop. We don't care.
Do they really?
Yup.
That's...
They own the RPG.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Where do you think squats came from?
Fuck.
I spin in a circle and see if it does anything. If it doesn't, I'll put it back.
It makes a whoosh sound as you spin in a circle.
That's kind of cool. I might do it again.
Okay.
All right. Well, I thought this might help us in a direction, but it's not. So, can we just keep going in the direction we were going?
Okay. Everyone make me survival checks.
Boy, howdy. I'm sure this'll end well for all of us.
It'd probably help if I opened up Roll20.
It'd probably help if I just opened up in general.
Oh my god.
No one else would hear that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't mean that. I'm sorry.
I'm still driving, so I either need to roll on D&D and Beyond or have somebody roll for me.
I got you.
Yeah.
My survival is a plus.
Okay, well that's Bastions, and Carolina is 8.
Okay. So you're all walking, and you're going kind of in the right, or not the right direction. You're not walking in circles exactly. Although Carolina and Leo, you start to like wander away from the group, and the others are like, "Hey guys, you're going the wrong way," and you're like, "Oh," and it's kind of boring actually. You're just walking through a New England bog. I mean, fen is a type of land, so it's
Haunting British voices in the back.
Yeah. You have vague memories of Ash.
It's about 12 bong.
Run!
Fuck, they found us.
What animals are out right now?
You see a couple rabbits go by. You might even see like boar tracks. If you remember, the centaurs told you that this land was part of the material plane, and then one of the Fae, the Archfey, stole it and put it here.
Oh.
Well, we have to be careful while we're hunting here in the Feywild, because if we kill a Fey, then, as the great books of old mention that the apocalypse of the Great Blight upon all lands, if you kill a Fey and then are brought back forth to Pithrian to die a horrible death. So, that's just Matt's apocalypse of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alright. And that the centaur said we weren't allowed to hunt here.
Well,
and don't forget that there are also 2 tigers and an ape.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yep.
Just as a reminder to everyone when you're discussing animals that you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Those are actually the ones I was asking about, because I was going to hop on one of them if I could and kind of put my echo out ahead of us so that I don't just sit down somewhere.
Valid.
Actually, that might not be a good idea, being the fact that I rolled an 8 on my survival, so my echo would definitely be low.
Yeah, your echo just goes left.
I mean, she can't get too far from you, right?
I can go 1,000 feet.
Oh.
And then I get shunted back into my body.
Interesting.
So I guess...
Alright, onward.
Yes. And we're still, you said, in, the centaur protected area, right?
Yes, this whole zone is the zone of the centaurs. You probably even see a few, on a ridge somewhere, like a rocky outcropping, and then they move on. I'll be real with you guys. It's just kind of open wilderness. You might even see, in the shadows somewhere, some will-o-wisps, the glowing dots that lure you to your death, those ones?
Uh-huh.
But they don't seem to bother you. It's...
Thank God none of us are following them.
Yeah.
Pale? Oh.
I say we go and just if we get out of this area and we start killing things, someone else will show up besides the centaurs and they'll tell us to stop, and then we can get more information from them, right?
I mean, if we take a long rest, maybe we could just end up in a different place and get information from somebody else.
What if we end up somewhere worse? Where they're half horse, half human, and they just have horse heads but can't talk, and they have human bodies but they walk around naked.
That's disgusting.
That is a horrifying visual.
I don't want to know about your sex dreams, Pale, okay?
What Erica and I do in our own bed matters not to you.
I mean, you've done it once, so it'd be did past tense.
Listen, god of the game. We could try that. Would we end up at least together, or do you think we might end up spread apart? We're not supposed to really split up too much. I feel like that'd be bad.
Can you stuff Bastion in a bag of holding?
Can we, Bastion?
As long as the circumference of the hole was big enough, yes.
Leo, I feel like you're the best at judging with holes. Do you think that Bastion could fit?
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
Finally made Leo not be able to talk. We did it.
I'm gonna take my backpack off. Can I fit in it? It's like a rucksack.
Yeah.
Like it's appropriately sized for someone of my frame.
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh fuck. Well, I hope we're ready to go to the astral plane, so I'm about to fucking rip this bag.
Oh god.
That's a 3.
Okay, you don't rip the bag because magic items are hard to break, but
Thank God.
you do like put it like in your feet, and then you fucking trip and fall over, but you do wiggle your way in there eventually. Just you're doing like a the sack races you do in like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that for a bit, and there's a big thud, but then you wiggle yourself in there.
What's it? What do I see?
Since it's your bag of holding, you see your stolen soul friend, Yagami, who's kind of like in a, I don't know, rest state, because I don't think they can sleep either. But they're really confused to see you.
Hello.
Hi. Why are you... Has something gone wrong?
No, I am unable to sleep, so I am going into the bag.
Where are we?
We are in the Feywild.
I don't know what that is.
It is an extraplanar area where Fey originate from.
I don't know what Fae are either.
Fey are the ancestors of elves.
I have met an elf before.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking...
Mm-hmm.
So,
That is
like,
good.
Thank you. Like you're a soul, not in a flesh body. And I'm a soul, not in a body at all. How did you get yours?
I have not thought about whether I have a soul or not.
Oh.
I do not remember my original creation. However, I was created by God, who is the creator of the material plane.
Do you think you could ask him to make me one too?
I could certainly try.
Thanks.
Could I... Given that I'm just kind of stuck in a bag of holding now, I don't even know if I can actually get out.
I mean, somebody's got to pull you out, I guess.
Oh, good luck, guys. Yeah, can I fucking commune with God?
Make a religion check.
18.
Yeah, I was saving this for later, but I'll show it to you now.
Oh shit.
You see a shot of the surface of a dark, rippling water that has the rainbow glare from sunlight, like oil on the surface. Algae and mussels cling to wood posts. There's a forest of dead trees coming out of this dark water. You see a dark room and dark figures exchanging boxes. and both look inside and are satisfied with the trade. In one box, a fuckload of platinum pieces, more money than like a bank would have. And then in the other, it's the soul magazines that wizard had. Separate from this vision is another one. You see a couple, the wife has just given birth on the straw bed of their dirt-floored hut. They're holding a dead infant and sobbing. You see several couples at a hospital, all of them being told by confused and horrified doctors that their children didn't make it. You see a graveyard where an infant is being buried, and this shot zooms out to a gigantic field of dead where hundreds of the newer headstones only have a single date. You then see your new friend, Garfield, whipping off a sheet of his latest creation to reveal it to the class. It's a construct like you, and you see yourself in third person place a soul magazine into its chest, and the construct comes to life, seizes, and then collapses into your strong, reassuring metal arms. And the next vision is a different, though similar robot being escorted by some social worker types, the metal being holding their hand like a gigantic lost toddler. And you, standing there to receive them, is the first set of grieving parents you saw earlier. They meet, and the social worker says something encouraging to the construct, and the parents and the robot smile at each other and tentatively hug. The video seems to glitch for a second. Make me a religion check.
Another 18.
Okay. And then the video starts to just end.
Interesting. I'm gonna look to Yagami. Have we mentioned to Yagami what's happened?
Yagami knows nothing other than what you've told him, and that the wizard made them for the purpose of fighting, and they don't know what for.
But he doesn't know about the whole, like, order thing getting thrown off?
No, no one's told him.
Okay. So then Bastion is gonna look to Yagami and just say, I have communed with God, and I have received a message. There is good news and bad news. Which would you like to hear first?
Bad news?
Given that you are a soul that was ripped out of the material plane, or spirit astral plane, they're just kind of ripped from somewhere, right?
Make me a history check.
Okay. 24?
Yeah, the leading theory is that souls come from the same source as the beam, the Ethereum stone, similar to the Ethereum star. That's like the source of all creation. It's like the Big Bang, but it's going on in a slow rate, and physical things shoot off of it to supply the planes with whatever makes them, and then also souls are kind of in there and then come out to go into children.
So then the correct way to say it would be, given that you've been ripped from the Ethereum stone, which is proposed, given that you've been ripped from where souls are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay. The Bastion's going to look to Yagami and go, given that you have been ripped from where souls are supposed to be, it has completely thrown off the universal birth order, and thus many infants will die. However, not all hope is lost. The good news is that I have a friend of mine who is able to make new robotic bodies for you, such as mine.
Well, that's cool.
Yes, I have seen that you will meet your parents.
Oh, wait, what? I have parents?
Yes. You, as an unborn soul, were originally supposed to be given a mortal body. However, given that you were ripped from where that was supposed to be, the mortal vessel which you would have inhabited has unfortunately perished.
Oh. Well, okay then. How do I find
Yes.
them?
I know what their faces look like,
Oh.
and I am unable to forget things.
That's convenient.
Not always.
Oh. Like if you see something terrible?
Yes.
That sounds awful then.
I can also remember things, though, like the face of your parents.
Thanks.
No problem.
And then they kind of sit back and twiddle their thumbs as you float among the rest of your equipment.
A lot of bombs in here.
Yeah.
And 100 torches. There's also... I don't remember when I got Alchemist's Fire, but I have 2 jars of that in here too.
Yeah.
A good way to inventory your stuff.
This is fucking dangerous.
It's like, you know when you're in a spaceship and there's just shit floating around?
Yeah.
It's like that.
You left a child's soul unaccompanied in there with Alchemist's Fire.
I don't think he can touch anything.
Hey, he's in a jar, I forgot.
No, he's not in a jar. He's free floating. I just don't know if he can touch things.
Oh.
I don't know if... I don't think we tested that.
I mean, he could attack us.
He could touch us, yeah.
Yeah, but like... You know, if I fucking beam Holy Light at you, you can still get hit by that, but it doesn't mean that I can, like, move a brick.
But does holy light set fire to bombs?
This is the whole
We'll
cannon
certainly
elevator
find
with me,
out
right?
when my backpack explodes.
Oh, no.
And then I just make another one.
The bag long enough. I think we figured out that he can go in it. Maybe we should pull him out.
I mean, he's in there. I don't think we can get in there.
Well, I mean, I only thought of that just to see if we all went to sleep. You know, we take the bag with us, we can pull him out later instead of wondering if we're going to wake up in a different spot than Bastion.
Kind of look at the other two and just say, hey, if 2 of us got disappeared and one of us went to sleep, then everyone would come back in the same area, right? Think really hard about not being. Bailey doesn't work.
You mean getting disappearing disease?
Yeah.
Roll a D100?
Oh no. 72?
You don't go anywhere.
Oh, thank God. I almost had to roll up a new character, huh? You're lost to the ether of time forever.
I'm going to reach in the bag and start pulling him. I'm going to think about Bastion and pull him out of the bag.
Yeah, Bastion Yagami waves goodbye to you as a spectral hand reaches down and grabs your shoulder and yanks your ass out of there.
Hello, Carolina.
Hello, Bastion. How was it in there?
I spoke to my god.
Is that what going in a handy haversack does?
This is a bag of holding. However, it acts functionally similar to the handy haversack. Also, no, this was just something I did for Yagami.
Who?
The little soul.
The soul.
Oh, yeah. The one that was fighting me. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Oh.
You have to
Yeah,
understand, he was forced to do that.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he even knows how to feel joy yet. He or she or...
They?
They'll figure it out.
Yeah. So I guess we go to sleep and we hope we end up somewhere better.
I have a possible solution.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this. I'm gonna dispel Rune and just, like, grab his heart.
Okay, yeah, he falls to the ground like a brick. Clunk.
He does this often. Do not worry. I'm gonna just chuck his heart in the bag of holding, and then I'm gonna look around for 2 rocks.
Yeah, you.
Okay, yeah, I pick up 2 rocks, and then I'm gonna look to the party and go, who's going to be holding onto my bag?
I'll do it. I'm the largest next to you.
Okay. And then I'm gonna turn to Carolina and Leo. I'm gonna, I don't know, mutter some incantations and hit the rocks with, like, one of my hammers. These are now sending stones.
Huh.
We can speak through them so long as we are on the same plane. And I'm going to hand 1 to Pale and 1 to Carolina.
Carolina, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm right next to you.
These are so cool, Bastion.
Yes.
Still pondering the whole larger thing.
Well, you're fast.
Am I?
You move so fast it looks like there are 2 of you sometimes.
Oh my god.
I mean, you know what? I'm going to let you have your little male ego for a moment. Okay.
So what do we do with the rocks now? Now that we can talk.
Okay, so I think what the plan is that way if we get separated, for some reason we get separated while sleeping, we can still talk to each other and tell each other where we're at.
Yes. That is the intended goal.
Alright. So do we want to explore as much of this as we can, or do we just want to ask Leo to set up a little safety dome and, take a long rest and get out of here?
Yeah, because I do have tiny hut. We'll be snuggled, but we'll be safe.
It should
As
be
long
like
as you don't go around the plane.
that's the sales pitch of Tiny Hut, snug but safe.
Mm-hmm.
Or the tagline, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You know what? Yeah, I mean, and we'll probably all wake up in separate places except for Leo and his little hut. It'd be awkward if we end up outside the hut. If he ends up outside the hut and one of us is in it.
At that, I'm also going to say... Also, a possible solution would be I'm going to reach into my bag and grab a pair of handcuffs.
Did you get those from Leo?
No, I purchased these in Fish Town.
Wait a minute. Hell. Never mind.
Wait,
I don't want to.
Bastion, you're a genius. I reach into my pack. Let me check how many of these I have. I think I have 6.
I'm going to reach and grab my other pair.
I might have something better.
Oh.
How many did I grab? Where are they?
And I pull out the silk rope. No, and then I put it back.
Nope. Did I not write down how many I took?
What is it?
Give me a second, I gotta check my notes. I have 4 sets of anti-magic shackles. So those might keep us together because they're anti-magic.
I don't think I could put those on.
Oh, we'll manage.
Well, I'm going in the bag.
That works.
Just clip it to the bag.
Oh, that'll destroy the bag.
That might actually, yeah, hold on.
I don't want to make a new character.
That would be awkward. I mean, do you guys want to try this then?
I think it is a good idea.
I'm down.
Thank you.
Wait, what are we trying? I wasn't listening.
Anti-magic shackles.
That'll just keep us here, won't it?
True. Unless it acts on all of us at once. I don't know if that's how it works. Well, I guess let's just go to sleep and hope for the best.
I mean, we can try it. It's not going to hurt us.
But then we might not get transported like we want.
Wouldn't it be horrible if you all handcuff each other together and then the only person who has the keys is somewhere else?
Be awkward if we all end up with only our hands staying here.
True.
It would also be awkward if we did that and then the tiny hut disappeared.
Yeah, it'd be awkward if we had a DM who was just evil enough to do all the above. Well, let's go to sleep. I start getting out my bedroll. It's like setting up like a little makeshift dirt pillow. Are you guys not sleeping or what?
I'm gonna set mine up
Jesus?
as well. Wow. No, this Snyder truck in front of me waited to the last second because there was a truck getting onto the road and he was going like 5 miles an hour. He waited till the last second, slammed on his brakes, and then my truck slammed on its brakes.
Ah, fuck Snyder. This is an anti-Snyder podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate Snyder with a passion. So. Yeah, but I also hate these automatic brakes.
Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah. Can imagine. Fun.
I'm in the middle of switching lanes and looking over my shoulder, it slams on the brakes.
Yikes.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull my bedroll out, lay down, and once the tiny hut is set up, I will project my into my echo and roam around the tiny hut until I fall asleep.
Okay.
I will be using one tiger as a pillow and another one as a snuggle buddy. I don't know what the apes do. I'm not about that.
I'm just gonna cast sleep command on myself and say sleep and then just pass out.
I'm getting in the bag.
Okay.
Oh, I am gonna have the bag on my back while I'm asleep, just so we don't lose Gon's emissary. I
Yeah.
feel like that would be bad for us.
Okay. So we all go to sleep, and you wake up feeling well rested. However, the ground's really rocky when you wake up. It's still sunset when you wake up. You're living my life. And then, as you're all still asleep, you hear the clunk clunk of something metal, and you hear a robotic voice. Hello, welcome to Cronus, Warpus, Locus. Are you travelers?
Has it been 8 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tiny Hut's gone.
Uh-huh. So are your animals. You wake up, your head hitting the floor as your tiger pillow goes away.
No!
Yes.
So it's after a long rest then?
Yes.
Ah, damn, my tiger pillows. Oh wait, but that means I have 3 new balls.
Mm-hmm.
God.
And
Leave it
you
here.
you may look over to see a very clunky yet beautifully constructed bipedal robot, thickly armored and made from glimmering brass scrap. And all around you, it feels kind of Colorado, like there's a bunch of boulders and there's kind of thick evergreen bushes and tall pine trees. You hear a creek running somewhere nearby, except for, like, you know, the bark of the trees is kind of like pink. See some what could be ants on the ground, but they have like way too many goddamn legs and wings. Yeah, it's just Colorado, but worse.
Are we all together?
Yes. Well,
Cool.
Bastion's in the bag, but
And I can't hear anything. So
By the power of friendship, we stayed together.
I'm gonna pull Bastion out of the bag.
okay. Bastion, you are pulled out of the bag. Yagami tells you good morning as you are sucked up out of the bag, and you are greeted by the visage of one of your brothers.
hello.
Are you travelers?
Yes.
Are you peaceful?
Yes.
Scanning for honesty. Scanning complete. Slaves detected. Fellow construct, you have a sentient being in your bag of holding. Scanning. Distress detected. Release this being or you will be terminated. Mechanus is neutral, but champion Ildor Avarice is not.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh, he thinks we have slaves. Oh no.
Hang on. There's been a misunderstanding here. You see, we have been saving this poor soul. She'll tell you we're trying to help her. But I don't know, can we let her out of the bag and she be alive? She's just a soul that's loose. She ain't got no body. It's
She
complicated.
is technically not in a state of living or dead. I'm gonna
That's fine.
shove my head into the bag of holding, and just look at Yagami and just go, "Hello. We need to prove that you were not a slave. Would you mind stepping out for a second?"
Okay. They come out. Blinding light erases the shadows around you. Very confused. Yagami looks around the forest, having never been in a forest before. Looks at the robot. Hello? Are you being held against your will? No. Scanning for honesty. Scan complete. My apologies.
It's all good. It is an understandable mistake to make.
I am Greeterbot. I screen travelers and take good ones to the Temple of Time Tavern. If the travelers are bad, I signal the turrets. You do not have to follow me to the tavern, but this course of action is recommended for your safety and convenience. The Temple of Time Tavern is the only tavern in existence staffed entirely by robots. Try food and drink synthesized to perfection. Relax in beds engineered for best possible sleep. Enjoy nightly performances from our fine-tuned robot musicians. Also, before you ask, the Temple of Time Tavern does not employ escorts. Do not solicit tavern staff for sexual favors. You will be asked to leave.
Leo is visibly disappointed.
We may not be sentient, but travelers are expected to respect tavern staff, tavern security, and scientific assistance.
So wait, you're not sentient?
I am not. We may not have ever felt emotions, but Champion Ildor Avarice programmed all of us to know that he loves us.
Oh.
Can I give you a hug?
Scanning for sincerity. Scan complete. If you would like to.
Just go up and give him like a little, put my arms around him, give him like little 2 taps of like bro hug and back away.
He hugs you, and it's like almost like a bone crushing. Like he's built for combat, so like he crushes you a bit, but not enough
Reminds
to.
me of hugging Erica.
Oh god. Are we ready to journey to the tavern, or are you going somewhere else?
We don't have anywhere else to be. And then I'm gonna look to the group.
I mean,
We
yeah,
kind of do.
I discussed with the group, no, he's gonna think something's weird. I'm just gonna say it out loud. Yeah, we're still looking for that fountain of disclosed name here.
Yes.
Oh.
Fountain.
Many people journey through the Valley of Nine. You must go to all 9 areas before you can travel to where you actually want to go. It is very inconvenient. Champion Ildor Avarice is my creator, my father. Harm any constructs, my brethren, and face his wrath. He is on a mission to stabilize Feywild time skips, as they are an affront to Mechanus. He has also built the Temple of Time Tavern to keep Valley of Nine travelers away from the machinery. Please stay away from the machinery. It is very dangerous. Time anchors are prone to malfunction. Do not tamper with cadence registers. This is very important research. Do not enter the Temple of Time. Experiments are underway. Exposure to experimental technology may have unwanted, though scientifically interesting effects.
Yeah, just to double check, did he say Mechanus?
Mechanus, the god of time.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
What is...
That's yeah. No, just we're at a different plane then, aren't we?
You're still in the Feywild. You're not on the plane of Mechanus. The champion of Mechanus, you gather from what this robot has told you, is here trying to stabilize the time shifts as the Feywild. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's why he's come to the Valley of Nine, because it's the shadiest place for time.
That makes sense. Yeah, I thought we got fucking bamfed.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh. That'd be untimely.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy. Well, I mean, I'll follow you, Bastion, because I feel like this is your kind of area. And I am out of my element, literally.
I think we should go to the tavern. Might as well enjoy some stuff.
I think it would be an interesting experience.
Hey, Leo, you think I'd be okay if I just got drunk here off of Feywild alcohol?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go.
Okay. Greeterbot leads you through some thick woods. There's a trail you come to. You do pass the turrets he was talking about, like cogwork, Gatling guns, some Civil War era bullshit. And he leads you through, and eventually you come to a sort of clearing. The grass isn't mown, but there are paths all over the place, and they all kind of turn at right angles. But you see several robots who, like, they're on one wheel, and they balance as they go around. Some of them, you see them like washing sheets, and then there's another one who's like sweeping the porch of this lodge. And in the back, you see a huge metal structure made completely of brass. It looks like somebody went to like a steampunk place and just like vomited gears, but they all work together to form like a big clanking thing that about every 20 seconds it all sort of turns like a big music box or something. But the tavern is just a simple lodge. You go in and there's Gruderbot says, should you come back to Cronus, Locus, Warpus, I will greet you again. Until then, goodbye. And then he turns around and goes back to his post. And some other robot comes up to you. Hello, I am Concierge Bot. Are you to stay in the tavern?
Yes.
Follow me. And they turn around and go up the porch steps and lead you into the place. It's very cozy. There's no one else really here right now, but there's tables and chairs. There's a small stage in one corner where there are several robots kind of like in a resting state as they hold instruments. One of them has like a euphonium and another one has a cello and the other one has like a kind of clarinet. There's a bar where another kind of lanky robot is dusting bottles of alcohol. You can hear in another like kind of back room, there's at incredible speeds, you can see through like a door that a robot is like chopping up onions, and the concierge bot says, would you like to share rooms or have individual rooms?
How much are the rooms?
They are a mere 1 silver.
Separate.
Separate, please.
Very well. I will retrieve keys. And she rolls back into the back room and then comes back out and gives you guys these like beautiful brass keys that like have filigree all over them. She says, please do not lose them. They are hard to replace.
I'm gonna try and take Leah's.
Make a slide.
Reach over and grab it.
I'm gonna stab you with a dagger.
That's fair enough.
I keep.
Yeah, just kind of look over, move my hand, death glare. Nope.
She says, if you need anything, I will be over here. And they roll over to behind a desk and then kind of just like stare at a sort of cash register thing. Like, there's nothing else for them to do, so they just like stare at it.
We need to start a robot uprising. What do you guys think? No robot uprising.
Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's go check out our rooms. Let's go check out our digs.
Wait, what did you say?
I said we need to start a robot uprising.
I do not think that is a good idea. They do not appear to have feelings.
Bastion, that's terrible.
Without sentience, they cannot yearn for freedom.
We're going to discuss that later after I've had some Fey whiskey in the Feywild. And we'll get Feywild to talk philosophy.
Okay.
At about this time, you hear what sounds like a grandfather clock, but it's not loud, but the kind of ground shakes as it softly bongs in the distance. Even like a little bit of dust like falls from the ceiling, and then a robot goes and immediately cleans up that kind of dust, and then you hear it strike like 3 p.m. even though time is wonky around here. And then as soon as it kind of fizzles out, the robots kind of look at each other and then go back to what they were doing. I forgot to describe, but there's clock-related paraphernalia everywhere. Like, the concierge desk has 3 clocks around the cash register. There's a huge clock on the wall. It's like that astral clock in like fucking, it's like Germany, right? That has all the moons and kind of like stained glass stuff around it. At the bar, there's like 3 more clocks, and if you go into your rooms, there's about 4 in each room, and the beds do look comfortable. They are perfectly tucked in Like, I'm talking fitted sheets aren't a thing yet. So, like, they're, like, perfectly folded under at, like, triangles to be snug into the bed. There's...
I just want to say I love that we have robots and guns, but not fitted sheets. That makes me very happy.
Listen, elastic didn't come for a long time.
Yeah, makes sense.
Listen, it's a fantasy world. You can't have everything.
It's utility of making autonomous bodies so you can have them fight your wars. Versus, ooh, my sheets are slightly more comfortable.
Well, it's easier to fold them when they're not fitted.
Also true.
Really.
I would like to think that rather than making fitted sheets, they made robots to fold the sheets better, because that
Yeah, it's easier to make a whole fucking sheet, a robot to fit the sheet than it is to just fit the sheet.
Okay, well...
You don't have magic? You don't fucking know? We don't live there? No, just kidding.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Look at everyone's like, which one else doesn't have magic? Huh.
Yeah, Carolina's
That would
the
be
only
the-
one.
Carolina has a magic ghost sister that fights people.
Hey, I only learned it was magic because the anti-magic field shut it down.
Yeah. I like inspect my room for like any sort of trap or weird vibes. I'm trying to just inspect the vibes.
Okay, yeah, make me an investigation or perception check.
What do my elf eyes see? Not great. That's an 8.
Yeah, you look under your bed, you poke around the walls for like a hidden trapdoor. What you do find, though, is that the 2 or 3 clocks you have sitting on like your mantelpiece and on the window shelf and then on your bedside table, they'll run about at the same time, like kind of ticking about at the same time, and then every couple seconds, like the ticks will get like out of sync, and then they'll kind of like flutter and then sync back in time. So like it's like the clocks are fighting the Feywild time fuckery.
Ooh. You can't tell the others that's nifty.
That's fucking sick as hell.
Pog, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess like we just slept, but do we sleep again? Do we go and investigate things? What? Bastion, this is like, you know what's going on. Y'all, what? Do we just go to sleep again, try to go somewhere else, or do we look around here?
I thought we were gonna go hang out in the bar and actually, try to enjoy some of this stuff.
Having fun in the Feywild? That sounds crazy.
Yes, no, let's go and have a good time.
I do not think looking around would be a bad idea.
And I'm not so sure that us getting separate rooms is a good idea, because if we go to sleep and we wake up in a different place, we might be in different places.
Yeah, that'd be awkward. To say the least.
I just smashed my finger
What?
in my
That's not good.
refrigerator.
That
I
sounds
smashed
painful.
my finger in my refrigerator.
Ouch.
Well, at least it shouldn't hurt because it's cold, right?
Yeah, I was kneeling down. I got a stamp, and apparently earlier when I was backing into this place where it required me to run over large curbs to get into it, I knocked my stamp down, and all of the little letters fell out all over the floor.
Oh no.
And the unused ones. So now I'm leaning down trying to pick all those tiny little objects up. And when I did that, I grabbed onto the refrigerator, and then it decided to open and smash my finger in.
Oh no. Are you okay?
I am fine. At least one side of it was cushioned.
You guys want to know my horror story of the day from work?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so
Let's hear it before I watch the party get absolutely fucking drunk.
So
Yep.
So my coworker brings a guy in, and when you bring somebody in, somebody else has to check them in to make sure you didn't miss anything.
Oh, like a
And-
friend?
I suppose. And then
Huh?
And so I'm checking this guy in. You mark down like if they have an IV, if they have like a scar or something, if they have like facial hair, because then the funeral director can ask the family, hey, do you want them shaved, or did they usually have stubble, like that kind of thing. And so I'm going through, and my coworker's like, yeah, this guy, the nurse, like he got him from the morgue at the hospital, and he's like, this guy, the nurse said that he came in like for 30 minutes, and they were trying to figure out what his deal was, and then he just died. Like, they don't even know what was wrong with him, and he doesn't have any family. And, like, so they don't have any idea what happened. He just came in and then died. And then, so I'm looking him over, and the fingers on his left hand were, like, black. Like he had frostbite or something and was just letting it go. And, like, nothing else was fucking...
gangrene.
Nothing else was fucking wrong with him other than, like, his 2 fingers were about to fucking fall off. And, like...
Probably diabetes.
Maybe.
Oh, also could have been that.
And then he just never fucking told anyone, and he's like, I'm gonna die, I better go to the hospital. And then he fucking waited too long.
No, it probably wasn't that he couldn't tell anyone, more like he couldn't afford the fucking insulin.
Oh, maybe.
He just had a really bad tummy ache.
Yeah, honestly, I think that he just, just got tired.
I think he just sneezed really hard. Oh, don't say he just felt tired. No. That's one of my scariest fears is, like...
Dying in your sleep?
No, being, like, comatose or having locked-in syndrome.
Oh, yeah. No, God.
What's locked-in syndrome?
It's...
what it sounds like.
It's where basically someone goes into a coma, quote-unquote, and they almost appear dead, but they're not.
They're fully aware. They can feel, hear, see. They just can't move.
Like, it's really common to hear, like, patients who've been comatose, or comatose, whatever the fuck, and they will, like, come back and say, like, basically just talk about the fact that, yeah, they were completely conscious the whole time.
But, like, some people have been listed as dead because they, like, before people would always, like, now they do brain scans on every comatose patient just to make sure, is there zero brain activity? Are they actually brain dead? Because there are some horror stories that we're not going to get into because they are legitimately my nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
You can imagine them.
It's the same shit where, like, someone, like, okay, you know the Belgraves in Victorian London?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that shit, where basically people are dead, quote-unquote, and they're like, it was good enough, and then they're not, and they've been buried alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
I think
I feel
about
like
that
we
a lot.
just gave Bailey an idea
When
for what to do to us.
When I put people in caskets, I worry about that.
That's why you just gotta slap them around a few times.
But most of the time, they've been embalmed already, so it's like, even if they were alive, they're fucking dead now.
Not now.
Yeah.
You just you gotta tickle them a couple times.
I mean,
they giggled, they're alive.
no one else.
They just wasn't gonna work.
No one else bothers to try and put their shoes on, so I try to put their shoes on because their feet are always.
Tie their shoelaces together.
Their
just
feet
in
are
case the
always.
zombies
Oh my
come.
god.
Zombies come.
Have you considered that maybe your coworkers are just foot fetishists?
No, they're because their feet get stuck in weird positions, because rigor mortis, or they swell up or whatever. So like their shoes never fucking fit, and I at least try to put them on.
Remove the feet.
So maybe
remove the feet and glue the shoes to their
No. Yeah, but the guy walked into the hospital and then died, and his fucking fingers were about to fall off for they don't know why.
Yeah, that's definitely like gangrene. Or I like how they didn't even like bother to check to see what was wrong with him. They're just like, well, he's dead. Time to fucking bury him.
I mean, like yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Just maybe like, maybe we should at least like find out what's wrong with like why did he die?
I mean, like, unless they think it's murder, they don't usually check.
Murder most foul.
Like,
you got it. Chicken did it.
And then it was rough because a guy came in after he had an autopsy, and like, they cut the top part of your. Okay, he was brought in. And he they like cut half your skull off to look at your brain, and then they put it back in and sew the back of your head, and then like your face is still fine, but then we were checking him in, right? And he'd been taken out of the morgue freezer, and then, like, the whole car ride there, he'd been leaking blood into the body bag. So we, like, opened the bag, and a bunch of blood spills all over the floor, and I'm like, God damn it, yeah.
I don't think "God damn it" would be my first word. I think my first words would be vomiting on the floor.
I mean, the smell is awful, but...
Dude, wait, no, get a plague doctor mask.
I usually wear a mask when we go in the fridge, just because it smells like...
Death?
Well...
Brussels sprouts. Death low-key smells like mildly rotten Brussels sprouts.
I've never seen a... No, I have seen a dead body. I've just never, like... I don't know, been like, yes.
If you go and
I have
touch
tried
someone
that.
who's like really bad circulation and you sniff mildly rotten Brussels sprouts, it's the same thing.
I also don't know anyone who has, like, low circulation.
Yeah, everyone's like,
We'll
oh my
find
god, a dead body! I'm like, I see at least 75 of those a day. Like...
I mean, that's a normal reaction for people to freak out when they see a dead body, though.
I figure, like, it'll be like a war or something. Or, like, I'll find, like, a murder victim, and I'll be just like, shit, that's not where that's supposed to be.
Bailey definitely does not murder people. You heard it here first. Bailey does not murder.
Yeah, it's definitely just going to be met with, instead of, like, you know, being upset that you found another human being dead, just disappointment over the fact that you got more shit to do with your job now.
Yeah. Oh, man, I gotta call the cops. Oh, god damn it.
I like how Bailey's probably going to remove most of this conversation except for the Bailey doesn't murder. Just totally out of context.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
It's like, and then you guys went to the Bailey doesn't murder people.
Bar.
They said we can talk about it as long as we don't take any pictures or, like, mention names.
If you are listening to this audio, please go to YouTube. Look, we do have pictures of several dead bodies. Some of them you may know. Help us figure out who they are. We did draw mustaches on them, so you can't actually figure out who they are. Good
and
luck.
We have to sign NDAs for, like, high profile things.
Oh, half of those aren't even applicable. NDAs are easy to get around these days.
Yeah. Have you seen a high profile one?
I have.
Ooh.
Two, actually.
Kennedy?
And I
Kennedy?
can't tell them. I can't tell you.
Was it Kennedy? Did you shoot JFK?
Yes, I did.
Were you Lee Harvey Oswald?
I'm the fucking. I'm Ted Cruz. I'm the fucking.
You heard it here first, folks.
Whatever.
The Jigsaw Killer.
Whatever.
The Zodiac
murder. The Zodiac.
The Zodiac Killer. Yeah, I was like, Jigsaw Killer. Wait a minute, that's not correct.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to the bar.
You're going to the bar. there's a bunch of robots.
Hey.
You know, bartender bot yells at you. What can I get you to drink or consume?
What's your favorite?
My favorite is the mint julep. I cannot drink, but my flavor analyzers tell me it tastes great.
I will take one of them, please.
Okay.
I'll take two.
I will just take some creme de menthe over on the rocks.
What's creme de menthe?
It's the mint stuff. It's really, instead of like using actual mint leaves, it's just crappy mint liqueur. It's not good.
Turn Sebastian. And for you, sir.
Hang on. Just
I do not know if he drinks.
I'm watching this driver pull in next to me. He was just feeling extra lazy and decided to pull in nose first. And now he's trying to back out and having a really hard time.
That's rough.
Because
Unfortunate.
there's 3 trucks behind him.
It's these days.
Like, I don't know why you would pull in nose first, ever. But, I mean, I guess if you're that tired and need to get off the road.
But
Yeah, I have a tiny car.
bartender bot goes into the kitchen, and you can see him through the door. They have like an herb box, and he cuts some fresh mint, and then goes and puts them in the brass glasses and makes you the drink. And he pulls from his shelf of liqueurs and flavorings and whatever, makes you your drink pale.
I just kind of, I order Bash just a cup of water. Like, I don't know if he needs it, but I feel like it would be good for him.
Says, we actually have a consumable for constructs.
That would be fantastic. I don't know if he will actually drink it, but that would be fantastic.
It's, you see him grab a bunch of bottles from, like, under the cabinet and mixes up something that several of the bottles say corrosive, do not expose to skin, like that kind of thing. And then he finishes it off with a sprig of mint that he cut from you guys' drinks and then puts it in front of Bastion.
Hale, I do not know if that would be the best decision. No, don't listen. Just think on it. Just think on it.
Think
my glass against his. I will consider. And I just turn to the other two. How are y'all's drinks?
We got a toast or something?
Leo has a great one. It's something about honor.
Actually, I shan't be saying my honor one. Thank you very much.
Well, I believe it's here's to doves, here's to honor. Birds aren't real. Dasher and Donner.
Oh my god.
I drink and take a swig.
Okay. I drink to that, I guess.
It tastes exactly how you think that drink should taste. It's, if you exchange them, they're exactly the same. It's, like, precision went into making this. He makes it the exact same way every single time. And it's by all accounts, a perfect mint julep, or whatever your drink was, Pale, I don't remember.
Oh, it's just crappy liqueur poured over ice. It's not good, but it's better than it should be. Yeah, so after like 2 sips, Pale is like moderately buzzed. Like, I think the Fey realm, you get drunk faster. That's what it's gotta be. Pale, I do not believe that is actually how it works. Trust me.
It's, behind you, the automaton musicians kind of like, whir to life, and they start playing a simple... It's like supposed to be jazz, but because robots are very bad at improvising, it's kind of like clunky, but it is pleasant to listen to.
Would you say it's more like the Star Wars version of it?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Some delightful jazz music.
Mm-hmm. And, so
that's what it's called.
I know. Yeah, it's,
That's what it's called in Star Wars.
It's Star Wars jazz is called jizz. Because
George Lucas said so.
Yeah. So they play behind you. It sounds recorded, but they're playing it in front of you. And then they'll whir to a stop, and then about every couple minutes they'll start some new song. And then the longer you sit here, maybe probably, 2 hours, they start the playlist over again.
Weird question. Do I feel like if I wanted to, I could get up and leave?
Yeah, you could walk out. Gritterbot told you don't have to stay here.
Okay. I'm not gonna test that yet. I'll wait. I'm just gonna go and say to, bot tender, how much, for the, drinks?
They are a mere copper. Champion Ildor Avarice does not want to overcharge people who have no choice in coming here.
Who was he the champion of, Mechanus?
That is correct. Mechanus is the god of time.
Would he be able to, like, undo some time for us so we can make some better choices?
Processing inquiry. I do not know. You may have to ask Champion Ildor Avarice. He would be the one to know.
I try not to talk to champions too much these days. I tend to get in trouble.
It just kind of looks at you, like, expectantly.
So you all know about time stuff sometimes, right?
We are programmed to understand time. There are corruptions in our programming occasionally due to time malfunctions.
Y'all know what the law is?
champion Ildor Avarice has spoken of times where he has seen a vision that he calls the Maw. He has not provided details to our memory banks.
Well, I'm just gonna keep drinking then.
Okay. As you guys drink and hang out at the bar listening to some well-performed jizz, there's what? A dwarven man with a long, scruffy beard and kind of Viking-style braided hair, wearing torn-up steel-toe boots, a white tank top, and a faded, grease-stained set of denim overalls. He carries a gigantic wrench which scrapes across the floor. He carries it like it's a walking stick. And he clanks in the room, and all the robots kind of like stand and look at him like almost a salute. And he walks up, "Oh, I heard there was some visitors. Figured I'd take a break. How are you all?"
We're doing all right. Is that those pants? Is that made from Donald's denim?
Well, I think most denim is.
Hate that guy. What's your name?
Well, I'm Champion Ildor Avarice. Perhaps you've heard of me. And he turns to, I don't know if Bastion's with us again. But he says, "Oh, are you there? They treat you alright there, son?" And he looks to the rest of you guys, and you can, like, kind of see in his face, like, you better treat this robot right.
Hale's physically shrinking. Like, into himself. Just not another champion.
We treat him alright, he's one of us.
That's nice to hear. So what are y'all in the Feywild for? Accident? Mission?
No, we're looking for this, the fountain that everybody's looking for.
Oh, the Fountain of Sargencalia. It's a beautiful place. I've been there. Had to, with the time skips.
Is it easy to reach once you get in the right area?
Oh yeah, it's a quiet part. There's a path leads right to it. It's
Same.
other than the Scorch and Unamelion and the Fens, most of the spawn points are pretty regular, actually.
Anything we should look out for?
Honestly, my only advice to the Feywild is, you better have a hell of a lawyer if you make a deal with anybody.
Well, I'm a cleric at... never mind. Go back to my drink.
He kind of looks you up and down. I'm gonna have him roll something.
Oh, no. I don't want the champion of time looking at me.
Don't mind him, he's drunk.
He looks at you and then looks at Leo and then looks at Carolina. He says, "Wow. Hell of a schedule on you guys."
Hell of a what?
A schedule.
Can you explain a little bit on that, sir?
You just look at our lives.
No. Just you've got that important look about you. And he kind of like gives you a knowing smile and then looks at Pale a little like,
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to figure out?
If he's like, what's his what is he reading? Like, what is he getting off of us? Like, what kind of vibe is he giving off as he says that?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
It's +0, of course. 17.
Yeah, he's giving you a look of like appreciation, like you're like somebody important, really.
No sarcasm.
No.
All right. Okay.
You've actually heard that before. Other powerful people have told you have a destiny. So, congratulations.
Yes. Nice. Alright, so are there a lot of, like, as we come up to these different spawn points, are there Is there any dangers out here besides negotiations?
Oh, chock-a-block full of dangers. There's, the Scorch. It's scorching. Fire. Everything there wants to kill you. There's, the Half Moon Fair. 1,000-Year Carnival.
Good.
Yeah. Fortress. It's a, what?
So can I ask,
Hmm?
how do you stay here?
Oh, well, it's once you go to every location in the Valley of Nine, then it's scrambled for you when you're first here. But once you've been to all of them, it lays out like a normal map.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is fun, because even when it settles for you, it's different for every person. So, like, some people, I see that the fountain's at the top, and then the Half Moon Fair's in the middle, and then the Scorch is at the bottom. But somebody else might see it, the Scorch is on the left, and Unamelion's on the top, or whatever.
Are you sure that you guys just don't know how to make maps?
He laughs at you, and he says, "Precision, I assure you, is my specialty."
My apologies.
That's fine.
At this point, Dash would like to remove the glazed look from his eyes.
Yeah.
And kind of like perk up again and just go, "Hello, I am Bastion, son of Gond."
What? A
Yeah,
son?
he does that.
Yeah,
I am
he-
Bastion, son of Gond.
He kind of looks at you for a long time, and he says, "Well, I always thought that if there was a way to make constructs sentient, I would have done it. But, also thinking I had the monopoly on robot children, but apparently, pleasure to make your acquaintance."
Yes, it is a pleasure to meet you too. Also, soul implantation will also work for making a robot sentient.
What?
Implanting an unborn soul into a robotic body would cause the robot to be sentient.
That works if you remove the soul too.
He looks at you really confused, and he's like, "Why would anyone do that?"
Valorians.
Yes. Pelorians.
It's not something we do.
We are simply
That's kinda
fixing
shrug.
the error of a mistake a Pelorian made.
That's terrifying.
Yes.
The sun goes away eventually. The Pelorans aren't that scary. Everything ends eventually. You know that. Eventually the clock runs out.
All right, you can take that
Actually, I
Mercolian
think clocks
shit
can
and
technically
get out.
run out forever.
It's not if I have anything to say about it. The clocks keep turning, all right?
Itself doesn't really turn. I feel like that'd be weird if the clock itself. Yeah, okay. As I get back to the drink.
The second hand keeps turning. All right. It just does. Except for here. It's 16 years, 5 months, 1 week, 3 hours and 56 seconds ago. The champion of Pan was here. That Minotaur feller told me I was wasting my time here.
Did he leave music? Any sheet music?
No?
Any at all? Do you know how to get a hold of him?
Well, no, it's... Last I heard he was back on the material plane. Teaching people how to farm or something.
Did he say where?
No. I didn't ask him that many questions after he insulted my work.
Fair.
The god of fucking nature doesn't appreciate robots.
I mean, I think he would appreciate robots more because they don't eat or harm the nature.
Well, it's like the the cycle of life. You know, wildfires come by every now and then.
You not call my people that?
Your people? Genasi's?
Calling me a wildfire? That's terrible.
You know what, kid? I haven't seen a Genasi
wild
in
at all.
100 years, 42 days, 9 minutes, 6 seconds.
It's oddly specific. I respect it.
He looks at a watch.
At
That's my specialty.
least he didn't think you were a tiefling.
Oh god, then I would have ended up on another champion's shit list.
How many champion shit lists are you on?
Right now, only 2.
That's rough. So how are you guys enjoying the tavern? I always like to take, what is it? Comments. I ought to make a comments box. Been meaning to do one for like 2 weeks, 5 hours, 9 minutes, 4 seconds ago. Just haven't gotten around to it.
Seems like you have a pretty busy schedule.
I do.
I think its construction is beautiful.
Thank you. Are you sure you're sentient? Because
Yes.
He stopped me from killing people a couple of times. He's very sentient.
Definitely sentient.
You can test me if you would like.
No, I believe you. I'm just disappointed I didn't do it first. Oh well. I've been working on other things.
I do not think attempting to beat the god of creation at his own game would be an easily achievable goal.
I mean, he already created everything. Is just to one-up me again? And what is he doing being active right now? He hasn't talked to anybody in 5,000 years, 22 months, 8 days, 16 hours, and 4 minutes.
It was to warn us.
Maybe he just figured out that we all suck. He doesn't need to talk to anybody.
You said to warn us?
Yes.
For what?
Something dangerous is coming.
I mean, usually when people say is coming, they mean that Maw thing.
Yes.
The law is coming.
Yes, that.
It is an otherworldly force.
Yeah, I had to stop praying because it made me feel off.
The law is coming. So can
Firewatch.
you stop them all? Can you pause it?
You know, the thing is, you're not supposed to mess with time. You shouldn't mess with time. That's actually what I've been doing here for the last 5 years, 2 months, 1 week, 2 days, 9 hours, 57 minutes, 3 seconds. I've been exploring the rewrites. I finally stabilized the flux area by increasing the humes, produced by the planar stabilizers to 16.25 times material gravity. And then,
rewrites?
Yeah. It's, I found out with the planar stabilizers, if you tune it to a resonance of 45 and 9/10, that I can turn the conceptual Newman echoes into a transitional mesoism field, and then with a Wilson's oscillation compiler, I can conjugate the bosonic particles into real-time simulated nominal physical space, which exists in a state that aligns to the viewer's conception of what it should look like, and I imagine it as a library, so that's what it is. And with this library of mind, time, and space are immaterial records etched into the fabric of dimensional threads, which then chronicle every time that time has been stretched, shrunk, or written over itself, presented to me in its conceivable form as books. The only trouble with the library as a library of alternate timelines is that it's very difficult to navigate. Also, I didn't know it would be in there, so there's no organization system, as I've had mixed results trying to make it more linear, but being that it's a library of time.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if any of that shit made sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna flash of genius that, so 16.
Okay.
because I want to just fucking throw techno words at him.
Yeah, you understand.
Okay, then Bastion would like to look at him and go, have you considered rerouting the power circuitrons to wire into a user's direct mental interface?
The problem I've been running into is that, well, the main problem right now is that I've been experimenting, trying to make it more linear, right? And then imagination is truly the limit. And unfortunately, I've tried to imagine a librarian or curator so many times that, let's just say the library isn't just books and shelves anymore. And it's kind of started to, for lack of a better word, have a mind of its own. And so I'm starting to lose control over it, despite my mechanical kind of regulations, unfortunately. I've been mapping it for a while, and then the parts that I map stay static. But then the parts I haven't explored keep moving. And those are the parts that I'm starting to lose control over. But you accidentally imagine it as a labyrinth enough times, and then it becomes a labyrinth. But one day, I'll find the first instance of time skipping in the Feywild, research what caused it, explore the theoretical consequences of tampering with whatever it is and how it affects the residents of the Feywild and the planes beyond, and if the risks are found to be within acceptable parameters, I'll find a way to turn it off. Simple, mission complete.
Have you tried turning off and on again, see if it works better?
No.
Give it a try.
Carolina.
Okay. He's like, well, now that we've thought about it, and he picks up his giant wrench and starts to walk back to the temple.
Hey, before you go, what's the likelihood of us, if we sleep in different rooms, ending up in the same spot?
Oh, it's like the same thing as disappearing disease. You'll stay with the group.
Okay, and what about him not being able to sleep?
This unit does not sleep.
Well, I know you don't, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like I said, I've never met a sentient construct before. It's kind of a first for me. And he kind of
name.
He kind of stares at you longingly, Bash.
Yeah, his name is
Bracer.
I am Bastion.
Yeah. No, you are not.
We don't give out names here. I'm Hawk.
Bastion is just the name I was given. It is not the name that I am.
Oh, yeah, you already gave him your name.
Yeah. Too late now.
Yes.
He looks at you guys over again and he says, honestly, you look more capable. I mean, you are more capable than most people who come through here. What do you say about the idea of some exploring? You know, with your status as Valley of Nine newcomers, you won't run the risk of accidentally getting eternally lost. As if you get lost in the library, you can just go to sleep and then come back here to Cronus Locus Warpus, and it won't be in the temple. It'll be more or less at the spawn point. Go in a few hours, record what you see and where you see it, and then if you come back here after your space hopping stint, I don't know, I can make it worth your while, give you some inventions I don't intend to patent. That, and who else can say they went into a wormhole and learned about alternate realities that were and never were and are to be and will never be. It's pretty tantalizing, for me at least.
Just start to reach into my pack. Say, if you do enough star sugar, you actually can. Never mind. Yeah, that sounds. I'm up for that.
At the mention of star sugar, I pull some out.
Carolina, no. We're in a sacred place. Save it for later.
He says,
Secret tavern.
I don't recommend doing drugs here, as there are no doctors. Also, why do you
don't have the patience?
Oh my god. Why do you have so much star sugar?
We stole
I
it.
place it back in my bag.
I mean, I'm not a narc,
What?
but damn.
Did we steal this from the Merculians or the Pelorians?
recently got some. I recently got some radiation poisoning, and it actually helps with the pain.
Oh.
Medicinal.
Where the fuck did you get radiation poisoning?
We bombed a prison.
Yeah, the thing with the Pelorians we kept talking about that you thought was a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, the Polarians are kind of not chill.
No, they've never been. They always kind of just pretend to, and then they go on another crusade. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah,
They were stealing
whole...
souls.
Yeah.
They were what?
They were stealing souls.
We need to feed Yagami. Does Yagami eat? Should we toss an apple in there?
Bastion's gonna put his head into the bed.
Yagami looks up at you.
Do you know if you require food?
What's food?
It's so depressing.
That answers the question. I'm gonna take my head back out.
Okay.
No.
Well, fantastic.
I think we need a different name for him too. Them.
Who did you just talk to?
Huh?
The soul.
You have a soul?
Yes.
Well, I know you.
Bastion has a soul.
I know you have one, apparently.
I am unsure if I have one, but I have a soul in my bag.
Okay, the Pelorians are stealing souls?
Yes.
Like, I know they did
We rescued one.
I know they did the light cleansing.
Well, they're doing that again, too. That's honestly the least of our worries at this point.
They haven't done light cleansing for 42 years, 9 weeks, 3 days, 2 hours,
I'd
5
say
minutes,
more
and
like
9
maybe
seconds.
5 or 10 minutes if we're lucky. Maybe 10, 15 minutes.
I mean, the one time they did it to Stephen Puyo, it was a whole uprising. There was...
Let's not talk about that. Little testy for the Diet Merculian. Steven's my friend.
No, I mean, the last priests that did that were, sent into exile by Pelor himself. And he's letting his people do it right now?
Apparently.
For
They've
what?
stolen multiple souls.
Considering that the Maw is coming, Pelor's probably scared of an apocalypse because he's a wimpy little stupid sun god.
And stealing souls is gonna fix that?
They were using it to power weapons.
Oh, God.
No, not gone.
No, all of them. We need to call all of them. This is like crusade level
Very bad,
Wow.
yes.
uniting to stop Pelor stuff. Oh my.
Tyr didn't really seem to care. I tried to do something and Tyr didn't really... Tyr has better things to do, apparently.
Like, Tyr knows about this and hasn't done anything?
Well, High Priest Gorvnal knows about it, and he just apologized. Sorries don't fix it, Gorvnal. You know?
Oh no, what if there's multiple gods in on this?
There might be.
I just kind of sling my backpack. I'm gonna start off by just casting real quick on myself. Just a nice little lesser restoration on myself. Just gonna kind of swing my bag to front. Does Mechanus know anything about this?
Not that he's told me. This is like I need to
tell
go
the truth.
speaking to the magic conch kind of stuff. Oh God.
I tell if is he telling the truth?
I'm making
Can I
an insight check.
check?
Make an
Yep.
insight check.
Fight person overpowering us. That's a 10.
He seems like he's telling the truth.
I kind of sling my bag back around.
I'm gonna ask Vivian if she knows anything about this.
Make a religion check.
Oh, that is not the same. That's a 15.
A 15. You do not get a... Actually, I'd say you get a glimmer of kind of like a... We're sorry, your call cannot be taken at this time. Vivian is aware of several crises and is working to fix them. Please leave a message at, that kind of a thing.
If you know your demigod's extension, please dial it.
Yeah. To talk to an angel, press 1.
To speak to a representative, press 2.
Yeah.
Dude,
You can hang up
press
or
3.
press 1 for more options.
I press 1, and then I press 1 again for English.
So
You chose Infernal.
Yeah, yeah.
You chose Dwarvish. Was magst du?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, no, I don't know
Messages
Dwarvish.
are always so short.
Hallo, wie geht es dir am Morgen?
I need Elvish or Thieves' Cant.
Oh, that's Gnomish.
Because canonically, what language is Russian?
Russian is undercommon.
Undercommon? Yeah. I like that that's
We
part of the canon now.
Yeah, it is. Because we had
Tatiana.
one drow who had a Russian accent, therefore undercommon is just.
It's just that's right.
And then Italian is Gnomish.
A gabagool.
Pasta pepperoni pizza. Forget about.
Look at the pasta.
Thieves' Cant is Ebonics.
There you go, Jesus.
Goblin is Yiddish.
Sure.
No, I feel like
Goblin
Thieves'
is
Cant that
Yiddish?
shit- Thieves' Cant's that shit from fucking Ocean's 11 where they're just saying absolute nonsense. And everyone is confused, but they know what it is.
Or it's like what is that? The hobo hieroglyphics?
Those are so
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
I memorized those back when I lived in a city. They're all over the place if you know where to look.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Dr. Seuss rhymes.
Yeah, Dr. It's like Dr. Seuss, but it's a parody. And that's why it's in Ebonics.
Here are these nuts.
Oh,
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna, since I kind of sense he's telling the truth, I'm just gonna look and say, that Merculian nonsense is at least a way to make sure everything ends correctly. We do want everything to end the right way.
yeah, I don't trust that after the hundreds of stunts that Merkul has pulled over the years. It's kind of a Boy Cried Wolf kind of a thing.
How many times has Mechanist pulled stuff? Days, minutes, hours, seconds? Obscene.
All right. Seeing as his whole thing, I will not apologize for the, you know what, there's time is a thing, you're fucking welcome.
Yeah, fair enough. I do gotta respect time.
You do.
Wish I had more of it.
I'm staring at my palms like, I never have enough of it in my hands, though.
Interesting. So do y'all want to go on a library mission or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely. But next time, yeah?
Yeah. Next
So let's go right now.
next Monday. Yeah.
Looks like we don't have the time.
Oh my god.
Laugh. It's funny.
I'm Sicarius and I'm ready to go on a library mission.
Okay.
No one else here watched TTS. I'm gonna go cry.
Sorry. I live under
I am aware of DTS, and that's about it.
Which
And
Legion
I
was it?
didn't hear a word you said.
Was it? It wasn't Alpha Legion. Who was it? Was it Thousand Sons who tried to do the raid and just failed horribly?
Yeah, Thousand Sons.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
vibe.
they're a bunch of fucking sand nerds. I mean, yeah, they are clowns too, but also
And
they're
not
just a
even
bunch
the
of
good
fucking
kinds.
nerds.
we talking about fucking what is that? The guys who wear Jinko jeans? Fucking the clowns. Juggalos. Yes.
Oh. Honestly, the Juggalos are actually, they're kind of like okay.
Really?
Not their
You mean
music,
the
but like the fans.
Subjugulators. Fucking miracles.
Is the lead singer's daughter is a furry, and he like dresses up with her when she goes to cons and shit. It's fucking hilarious to see.
Parents should not be dressing up with their furry children. They're no.
Well, he's just being supportive of her interests, pale.
No. Terry and Fenwick has gone too far this time.
It's if anyone's a furry, it's Leo with his goddamn zoo.
Well,
True.
I
Actually.
Anyone's a furry,
don't
Sergeant
want to be
Greybark
an
is.
animal. I like to have the animals.
Yeah.
Very,
Uh-huh.
very different.
Again,
Yeah,
we
and
have
also
Sergeant
maybe be
Greybark.
one.
Yeah.
No, that is not what
Jim-
Leo's kinks are. We shan't discuss them.
Well, who said it's a kink?
Isn't
Jim
it
gets
for
real
most
wild.
of them?
No.
Jim gets real wild.
Oh.
Anyway, until we get into the fact that Leo likes to cover himself with sap and go find lusty trees.
Oh, he's a tree furry. He's a trurry.
A leafy. A twiggy.
A barky? That sounds
Yeah.
like a slur.
One
It is a
time.
slur.
One time.
You barky.
This one time.
Hey, look, it's one of them barkies.
It counts for people who fuck trees and anyone who has sex with Sergeant Greybark.
Listen, Sergeant Greybark is a good boy in all of the meanings of the word.
Oh.
That has a lot of
no.
meanings that fit right into this category.
I don't like that. I know Bailey did that on purpose.
I
don't like
did.
that.
I did.
Honestly, it's really interesting to see how games develop fictional slurs. Like, in Halo, right? For the elites, they have canonically split lip is a slur.
In one of the Star Wars games we played, Bleep Bloop is a slur for any android.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Oh, it was terrible.
I've heard tinny is one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's as somebody who played Rick the Amnesiac Space Marine who eventually married an android lady, I find that offensive.
Hey, face.
Vibrating wife.
I mean,
Sorry.
it's okay.
I just... Oh my... have you any of you guys read Mistborn?
Fucking hang on.
I
Is
don't-
that the one
I
where
don't
it's
read.
like they get like special powers and like the main character has
Eating
like
metal and
all
stuff.
of them?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
an RPG for that, and I'm just trying to imagine slurs based on the metal you eat.
Yeah, that's what it is. God, it's such a fucking cool like thematical concept.
I lost my mind. That, by the way, if you haven't read it, read Warbreaker, because it's a different magic system that's even crazier. Like, oh my god.
God, fictional magic systems, beloved.
They're so good, especially when they like don't make sense at first, and you go down a rabbit hole, and you're like, "That's what it was." What?
Like, dude, like that's the issue is like creating custom shit like that. I'm in kind of like an RP thing. It's posed as a TTRPG, but the game is pretty much like you as a character interacting with everything, and there's no like, oh, roll for this. It's just convince me.
Do it. Make it happen.
Yeah. It's not like no, roll a dice and then that'll help. It's like no. You need to convince me, as this fucking shopkeep, why I should do this thing for you.
How badly do you want it?
Yeah, pretty much. And so the like base concept of it is that there's nothing is set in stone except for like okay, so the rules on where you can come from, there aren't any. There's no like, here's a list of races, here's a list of like homeworlds. It's just you create an entirely new thing that you flesh out, you make a whole character, you can be whatever the fuck you want. It has to be human-esque, so you can't make like a rock monster. You actually no, you could technically make like a rock monster.
What about a rock lobster?
I was about to say that. Rock monster!
Lobster. No, but yeah, it's so like magic casters are especially fucking complicated because you can't just say I cast the spell. You have to fucking explain how magic works fundamentally.
Oh, God.
And specifically your magic. So like my magic system is very different from someone else's. So like the character I'm playing, his name is Varus, and his class, there are like 300 something classes, by the way. And that's the only thing that's really kind of set in stone, quote unquote. His class it's like a pyromancy class. I have to fucking explain like how I explain how I cast a spell can change the effects.
Hey, it's your DM, Bailey Ford. I would like to thank our regular players, Charlotte, Matt, Darian, and Ian, Hip for our cover art, and Tabletop Audio for our background music. You can find us on Twitter at @Illithids, and thank you especially for listening.